Deep-seated beliefs are simply heirlooms handed to you by your ancestors, and just like they had the opportunity and the free will and discernment to choose what they believe in, as do you. Remember, we on this earth have the opportunity to believe whatever we want to believe, and we can believe in any entities and any gods and any religion and anything that helps us get through this existence in a way that brings us back to source. I choose to believe that my God is joy. I listen to joy. So usually if something is going on in my life, I'm like, okay, does this bring me joy? Does this reflect the joy that I want in my life? Am I okay knowing that every joy is not going to be pleasant? Remember, there's some things that you have to learn through hardships, but the joy of coming out and seeing the gratitude of living, survival, learning from is joy as well. So for me, it's not about just being happy, happy, joy, joy, like in the movie In and Out. It's no. It's for me, joy has two sides, just like everything else, because I believe in dualism, and that's how I choose to live my life. That has helped me see the perspective of a lot of different things that most people don't see. Because when you choose to believe only in one deity, only in one entity, because it was given to you by your ancestors, there's nothing wrong with that. They're just saying that it was something that was tried and true and worked for them. And if it works for you, great. But if you see that you need to modify things that help you understand your consciousness and your source energy, then that's when I say you have to start asking questions of what is it about this life that you want to gain? My Since I've been a kid, I've always been a happy kid for the most part. And anytime I was sad, I would find something to be happy about, anything. And I didn't know at the time that that was gratitude. But when I got older, of course, I learned these words, and these words have meanings and context. And I was like, okay, I'm grateful for this. It brings me gratitude. But then I started to learn that gratitude does not always mean you have joy. And so I started to go into myself and said, well, I'm grateful for the things I have, but sometimes I'm not always happy about it. And I had to give myself honest answers and truth and say, well, you're not living a timeline you really want to live on, or you're doing something that you really don't believe in. Why? And when I start to give myself real answers, it's like, well, where do you want to be? And I'm like, I want to go back to joy. So it's like, well, follow your heart, follow your intuition, follow your gut instinct. A lot of people say this and they don't say, what's that mean? For me, how it has come down to is I've lived a certain place for so many years. And then I start asking myself, is this the place I want to build foundation, or am I here out of convenience? And that has helped me greatly find new opportunities and find new things in my life where I'm like, no, I don't see myself staying here. I just kind of fell into this place. It just happened. And you could also build a great foundation there. I'm not saying that that's not possible either, but what I'm saying is, again, interrogate all of your emotions, senses, and thoughts so that you know the answers that are coming to you are truly being funneled through this vessel, this human entity, that you are finding your identity through what you actually know of self and not what you've been told to be, right? A lot of people are still doing what they're told to be. You're this ethnicity, you're this religion, you're this political belief, you're this is your name, this is where you live, this is where you're from. That's beautiful. I do believe in culture, but at the same time, I am also very much an individual. And I do believe in that concept of individualism where I'm going to put me first in most situations, because if I don't do that, then how else am I going to protect anything that I create? If I'm not putting myself first, if I'm putting everything else before me and hoping it works out, then that's a martyr, and I'm not going to be a martyr for a cause I don't believe in. So I always will choose joy, and joy for me is having that sense of autonomy to say, okay, when this doesn't feel good, walk away or try something new, elevate it, create something else. Or when this does feel good, ask why, explore it more, dive deeper into that emotion that's making you feel this joy so that if you want to be able to tap into it later, you can. Joy is just an example for mine. You can choose anything you want, any emotion, any belief, any word, anything. You can say tomatoes, I don't care. As long as you know the context of what you're saying is bringing you back to center. So anytime I'm starting to frazzle out or starting to unravel because I'm stressed or not thinking about me, that's my body saying, you're not doing what brings us joy. What brings us joy is ease and comfort and going at our own flow and not feeling rushed. And if I feel rushed, I don't want to do it. And that's my indicator to say, okay, let me stop making myself feel rushed, because then anxiety will kick in. And then anxiety is going to come in and try to take over the dashboard. And it's not going to happen on Joy's watch. So that's why I love that movie. But at the same time, it was good because it really helped me go into myself and articulate what I was thinking. I love that when I can get a visual of what I'm feeling and thinking, because people forget your emotions are thinking as well, but they feel first. Your thoughts, they think first, and then they go figure out what emotion it is. So if they're working hand in hand, then they're going to be an easy Rolodex for each other to just say, hey, what is this? Be like, oh, let me go through my little file. It's this. Okay, well, let me go through my file. It's this. Here's the correlation. Things that bring me joy are things that are natural, organic, nature, things that are simple. And so for me, living a simpler life, living things at my own pace makes me really happy and brings me joy. That's why I say, whatever you praise, whatever you put energy into, whatever thing you believe in, whatever package you've been given, it's saying you believe in it all. That's why I say be careful when you pick up any type of religious beliefs, because again, there's nothing wrong with finding source energy in those readings, right? But they are still beliefs of other humans that have been translated for humans to understand from something that is coming from inside of us that we call God, universe, spirit. So if any other human can do that and compile it into a book, you can do it in this time and age. You do not have to reach back to the past to understand yourself. You can be in the present now to understand yourself. The past is there to teach you, to let you know all of the different place marks and moments of pause that our ancestors had to stop due to no one believing them, trusting them, or just not being the right time, or they passed too early to finish what they completed. And then some people come in and complete those timelines. We see it all the time. You see how people rest now riding on Nikola Tesla's principles and inventions and discoveries, because at the time, no one was prepared for it. But he trusted his God, his source, whoever was talking to him, to create what he needed to create. And now people are saying, oh, wow, it was always there for us. Yes, it was always there. So that's why I say truly trust and believe in what you know you believe in. It's your belief, not someone else's, not something curated for you or given to you, something that you did and put together for yourself, your true beliefs. I go back to very organic, fundamental principles of I'm not going to hurt nobody who ain't trying to hurt me. I'm not going to go out of my way to try to hinder anybody. That is not who I am. I don't believe in trying to slow someone down on their path or journey. If I'm there as a moment to help coach or give a piece of advice, great. If they join me on my journey, parallel, great. Not on the same path, but we can still be on the same direction. I'm okay with that too. That's my belief. I'm just here to do my thing and just peace out, because that's all we can do. So start really integrating what beliefs matter to you now, so that when you do go back to your source energy, you feel that you did it for you and not for someone else's appeasal or approval, right? So choose what you love to do. And then when you find that thing you love to do, again, may that be helping others or helping yourself. I really don't care. As long as you're a healthy human being who is balanced and giving back in a cohesive way to the collective, then you're doing your job. That's all you can ask for. And that's why I say beliefs and religion and stuff, it's great to have, but they're supposed to help balance you, not make you more radical. So if you see people becoming radical in the name of belief of something they believe in, that's not really a God. That's that's something else. So I don't have to tell you. Anywho, hope this makes sense. Love ya. Mwah.